Sitting on the bed was staring at the blue. She was thinking about her life. She agreed to get married with him even though that they met each other before. She didn't even see him before the marriage was chosen, but nobody was there on their wedding, just his parents, brother, and his wife. His parents didn't attend the wedding because they were forbidden. Actually, I wanted to marry to him because of her father. His father took so much money from his father. His money back to their make a deal. His father took out one because he knew her, and also that she would die earlier because of her illness. At first, Jungkook was forced to marry, but after seeing her, he got lost in her. He was marrying her just because of his parents when he saw her. He liked his parents, as his father knew that his son had a relationship. His father wanted him to beat one and treated her like a maid or worse than this. That's why he brought her here, but because he wanted his money back to this. He thought that his father won't give his money back to him. Now man was sitting on the bed, was staring at the floor. Suddenly the door opened and he entered her, starting walking towards her. She didn't even lift her head. He came to her and sat down on the bed beside her. He put the toy box on her lap. This is for you. It's a gift for you, as we know. Want to know about this match, so I didn't give you this before. Now take this. Thank you. They looked at each other and he put his hand on her face and grasped her cheek. Their pale skin, beautiful hair, and beautiful personality attracted him so much. He leaned towards her and kissed her. She didn't stop him because she accepted him as her husband. She had no idea. The next day, she opened her eyes and saw herself hugging him. She sat down and wanted to throw up. He held her hand and walked towards the washroom. After taking her medicine, she was sitting on the couch while looking outside. He opened his eyes and said, "Why are you sitting there at this time?" He said, "In a sleeping tube." She got up and again lay down. "I was just admiring the view." He didn't sleep and she was staring at him. He was looking kind, but she was not ready for the. She was ready for the abuse. He touched his face and closed her eyes. She wanted him to love her before her. That she always dreamed of her kind and lovely husband because she wanted to be like her image, like her imaginations. She was in deep sleep, but she opened her eyes after he tapped her cheek softly. Behind makeup, she stared at his face. "It's time for breakfast." She nodded and sat down. He was sitting in the fully dashing personality. She got up and started walking towards the washroom. He lay down while using his cell phone. They came and sat on his parents' smiled and started asking her about random things. She didn't accept this kind of behavior from them. She thought that they would treat her like trash, but they all were so kind. Her mind was puzzled because she started to think that they all were double-faced because she ignored. But she ignored her negative thoughts and started continuing to talk. A week later, one was sleeping, but he entered and walked towards her. He stared at her sleeping figure, and then he took off his jacket and threw it on the bed. She was still sleeping, and then he started taking off his shoes, and while sitting beside her, their bodies was touching, but she was still in deep sleep. He waved us and grabbed his cell phone. They were dead of silence, but suddenly his cell phone started ringing, and he flinched. He cut the call and got up. Jungkook walked in the closet. She got up and walked behind him. She entered and he was taking off his shirt. "Jungkook, I'm talking to you." He looked at her. "I'm listening." "Then why are you so quiet? Why did I do something?" "No, you didn't." "Okay." She was about to go, but he grabbed her and pulled her towards him. "Why don't you wait for me? Why do you sleep without me?" She was staring at him while giving varied expressions because of childish behavior. "You know I like to sleep with you," he said while putting his face in the crook of her neck. She was feeling overwhelmed because of the feelings and was getting low. She put her arms around him and let him do what he wants to do. The next day. "This medicine is good for you. We will go for a check next week, okay?" He was taking her medicine while they were both sitting together. His cell phone started ringing, and as usual, he cut the call. He always did this. He didn't pick up the call in front of her. He looked at her. "You will better after this tweet." The next day, Jungkook came to his friend's house for a party, but his ex-girlfriend was there. He ignored her all the time because they broke up with each other, and also he didn't want to talk to her. She stared at him all the time and gave her hints for talk, but he fully ignored her. Now he came to the restroom to wash his hands, but suddenly he entered and locked the room. He looked at her. "What are you doing? I want to talk to you." "What?" "Jungkook, I still love you. You left me for her, even though that we were together for years. You didn't do good with me. How can you forget me so easily?" He was looking at her angrily and she was crying. "I want you back. Please don't leave me like this." "Does she more beautiful than me? Tell me, why are you standing like a statue?" "You want an answer?" "Yes." "So listen, I don't love you and don't have feeling for you." But really, she was so heartbroken and he nodded, "Leave my way." She stepped aside and he walked out, leaving her miserable. She started to cry. How can he fall out of love so easily and fell in love with us at night? He entered the room and saw her. She smiled and walked towards him. "You come back earlier." "I was feeling good." She smiled. "Let's go." They walked towards the bed. They sat down and then she saw a bruise on his face. "What happened to you? Do you fought with someone?" she asked. "Yeah, it was a small fight." She touched her bruise and he asked, "You need some?" "I don't need anything." Then he lay down on her lap and she started catching his ears. He closed his eyes and the relationship between them was going so well. She was younger than him, so he treated her like a little girl. Now she was sitting here while using her cell phone. She still didn't have any idea of his relationship. She was very happy, but suddenly a car stopped in front of the machine and a few girls came out. If they entered and looked at her, she caught up. Yes, they all are work. Don't you do anything? What is your age? I'm 20 years old. Didn't do anything. Minnie started to say that from metro to. So do you always live alone in the morning? The sudden guess. Okay, why do you marry? I mean, what's the reason behind your marriage? I mean, he got married secretly. He didn't invite us. We are his friends. I don't know about this, but he didn't invite you. Our marriage held by our parents. So are you happy? What's his behavior with you? His behavior is so good. She was happily sending them, not knowing that Minnie was budding in jealousy. Did he give you gifts? Yes. What's the most beautiful thing he gave you? The man thought that and they all were so good. She told him he gave me a diamond necklace. Its color is purple. Minnie immediately interrupted. What? He looked at her. Her friend were passing a fake smile. Did he give that necklace to you? Yes, but why are you asking? Actually, that necklace is her great grandmother's. He gave him because she wanted him to give his wife. That necklace is very unique. I'm happy that he gave you. When also smiled and many eyes filled with tears, his friend noticed that her friends noticed that they all came here because of a wedding of their core friends. His father invited them, and talked to them without even noticing them. Minnie was jealous. At night, when he came back, he smiled up after saying Minnie. They were on the dining table. One was smiling. We walked towards one and his wife, Jungkook. Finally, you come back. He smiled. His other friends also came there. He had sat down beside her and for his bed, like Minnie was sitting in front of him. One held his hand and paused a fake smile. He looked at her and she was just looking at him madly. He put his leg under his chair and ignored her all the time. He talked to her and laughed when he was jealous after seeing them together. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to seduce him? Because I want him back. So you think that he will come back to you and leave his wife? Yes. He will never leave her. Why are you dreaming? Dreams are so relaxing. You have lost your mind. Just accept that he forgot you. He said while using his cell phone. Minnie was still lost in her thoughts but thinking about Jungkook. While on the other he was lying while hugging her. She was sleeping because she was feeling so sick today. She decided to sleep early. He was looking at her. He never wanted to hurt her. He knew that his father wanted him to abuse her, but he never giving up and because his heart didn't accept to hurt her. He didn't understand how he fell in love with so easily. His sweet gesture killed him more. He closed his eyes and didn't care about anyone else. He was happy that finally he met someone with whom he felt happiness. The next day. Today was the wedding of his friend and he came here with her. She was sitting with him and they both were looking so happy. Minnie was so heartbroken. He held her hand while the photographer captured her picture. He was looking very happy. Minnie was watching him with tears. Are you crazy? Why your tears? Our friend said, I promise I will destroy their sweet marriage with what he think of himself. He can't forget me so easily. Do you remember when he proposed to me? Minnie forgot the past. That was your first. Why are you still there? Because how can he move on? How did that? He loved me so much. But after marrying her, look how much he is happy. All the time she watched him and her heart was just burning. It had been 1 month since they got married. Minnie was so hurt that how could he forget her in just 1 month? He wanted to destroy her marriage. Jungkook came into the room and Minnie was sitting in, but he ignored her and was about to go. But she told him, I'll tell you about past relation, past this and doesn't matter. But you tell her, huh? I would tell her that how much you love me and was time to marry me. And that you still love me. Of course, this is a lie. No, this is true. Why don't you accept that you still love me? Why would I love a girl like you? Oh, so now you will call me a bad woman? Yes, because you are. Van came in to find Jungkook's door was open and she saw the Minnie noticed that Van was looking at them, so she started saying everything. Jungkook, do you forget about auras which you gifted me? I know you still love me and why am I Van just to torture you mentally after coming back to me. I'm happy that you still love me and decided not to break our relationship while marrying her. Van was standing there like a statue, but Leah came and she grabbed her hand. She looked at her and let them clip what her heartbeat was so fast and mine was not working. Leah took her with her. After hearing many words, Jungkook was started singing it, but suddenly he started laughing. Have you lost your mind? Are you crazy? I didn't make any house for you. And why would I make a house for a woman like you? What do you mean by a woman like you? You are mentally unstable. That's why I broke up with you. After we broke up before the and 3 months of my marriage, so stop saying that I left you. You were the one who was in attitude, and now I'm very grateful that I didn't marry you. I will ruin your marriage. So really, she will not leave me just because of you. After saying this, he walked out. While on the other hand, They love each other so much when tears were falling. I don't know why they broke up, but I still think so. They still went out and walked out. At night, all day our mood was but he was talking to her, but she was just having her. He was very happy that she was very sad. He laid down my closing her eyes. He is doing this to me because of other things, so he will not hurt me. But then I start to love him, but he is sitting on me. This girlfriend, he still love her. He is doing this just to make me feel that he loves him, but in reality he loves her, not me. She closed her eyes and laid down beside her while kissing her cheek. Good night, good night. The next morning. All is well until their presence in my meeting. Assumed one was so positive, but didn't talk to him about that yet. Baby, it didn't change with her. I was still the same with her. But she started getting irritated with him. She started to fall out of love. Now he was playing beside her while talking about his funny moments in group, but she was just staring at him from her mind. She didn't know what to do with friend. Words were roaming in her when she wanted to cry in front of him. Wanted to ask him what she could not accept. She wanted to clear the confusion. She wanted to catch him with her. He was one who telling us that he didn't even have idea that his wife knew everything. They were sleeping. Suddenly Jungkook opened his eyes and asked him, but he felt wet. He touched the blanket. It was the blood. His eyes widen and he moved the blanket. She was fully covered in blood. He caught her and picked her up while running out. And she got. He was so worried, but the doctor said she was okay. They came back after 2 days. She was so depressed and not sensing anything. She was sitting on the bed while looking outside. He came and sat down in front of her. When are you okay? She looked at him and didn't say anything. Why are you not saying anything? Jungkook, I don't want to talk to anyone. Please, he told it and sat down beside her. He was brushing her hair, but she was thinking about his past relationship. He was so heartbroken and depressed. 1 week later. Why are you worrying for why? And she's not alone here. But Dad, do you have any problem with this pregnancy? We said while giving her Dad's tears. No, Jungkook, you should go now. I'm okay. His father smiled. Look, she is okay now. In the room. Are you really okay with this? Yes, even though she needed him, but because of his father, she agreed because she was afraid of him. You should go. It's good for you. But she was sad while smiling. He smiled and hugged him. I miss you. Me too. He also hugged him after that. Another week passed. She called her every day and she was waiting for him and decided not to talk to him. She wanted to know the truth. She was actually waiting for him. Nobody, now she was sitting here with his friends. They were eating dinner, but suddenly they are still together. I was like, yeah, and do you have any problem? He's my husband, so don't forget why you are. My son is very good, that's why it doesn't torture him, but still he's with her. Don't try to break them. Don't forget what you are. Her tears started falling. She came into her room and started crying while sitting on the floor. She was suffering from so much pain. She was still so depressed and wondering. But now, after hearing this, he was with his girlfriend. Her heart broke and she was crying like a baby. After one day, she was sitting on the chair while looking outside. Her tears were falling. Her eyes were swollen and red. She suddenly and was smiling and back. His smile fell after seeing no reaction from me backwards. Why are you crying when she didn't say anything? Doesn't even hurt you. What happened? He grabbed her hand, but she yanked his hand and he shockingly looked at her. He caught her, but he grabbed her hand and pulled her towards him. Why are you baby like this? Why are you mad at me? And then she looked at him with rage and started yelling without even caring about his father's threat. With whom you went on a trip? Tell me. I was with my brother. Why? She's one. Do you have any shame? You are lying. I know everything about you and Minnie. I know she's still your girlfriend. What? No, she's not my girlfriend. Don't lie. No, she was with you on your business trip. She was there, not with me. Who tells you this, or now you want to hide this from me? Why? She was not with me, and who's telling you about my past relationship? I heard everything, Daddy, when you both were talking. What I think so you didn't hear anything. Your parents were saying that you both are still in a relationship and you are living with me just because of the deal. I think that you were kind, but you are not. That you took advantage of me. You used me as a toy, and all think you love me. You were just using me. When you lost your mind, I broke up with her 3 months before our wedding. After at that time, I didn't have any date. You would become my wife. You are my wife. I never used to trust me. Actually, I know why you used me because of my father. You always want to use me. Shut up, stop lying. They also told me that you still love her. And just tell me the truth that you were Minnie killed. Tell me. He was so confused and so glad he didn't have words to say after hearing his wife would die killed. He said in a low voice, of course, because of her. How can he fall in love with someone in 1 month? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Now I hear everything. I don't love her or have any relationship with her. I proposed to her, but she rejected me. Then I broke up with her because of her rude behavior. And then after 3 months, my dad told me to marry someone, and he told me everything. I never saw you, still I decided to marry because I never imagined to hurt you. And why you are not believing me? I don't want to believe your parents are saying that you are with her, you are close. Friends is saying that you are with her. You want me to believe? Yes, because I'm not with her. You have to believe me. She was staring at him silently. Now why are you not believing me? Jungkook leave me alone. No, he again. He never wanted to hurt her because of her condition he was suffering from, and also her illness. He had a mental breakdown. They were not wrong at that time. Believe me, I really love you. Her tears started falling. She was so heartbroken because nobody was treating her well in that way. She always felt left out there. She always thought that she was nothing in front of them. She never expressed feeling to him. His father's behavior was so bad. He always tried to control her. He had a mental breakdown because she thought that he loved her. Do you eat your medicine, Uncle? Leave me by. Just leave me. I don't want to forget. She broke down and walked on. He followed, but she locked the doors room. He was confused and also depressed because he didn't think that he would see this. He sat down on the floor while holding his head. His father always wanted him to be heartless like his brother, but he couldn't do anything wrong with Ryan. Now he was worried because why did his parents say that, and also his friend? He didn't want to break his marriage. He fell in love with her innocence. She was not like those guys who were around. He found her attractive, beautiful, and innocent. 2 weeks later, he talked to his parents and they clearly denied that they said, and he knew they were lying. So he didn't say anything and cared that he had a relationship with Minnie or anything, anyone, and he never wanted to leave Ryan. She was still now talking to him. She became silent. She didn't know what to talk to him. She was sitting there thinking about him. She was feeling bad for him. It was also not her mistake. She got up and looked at him. He was sitting on the concernedly. She watched him. He didn't know that she was watching him. Days passed like this. He came into her room and lay down. He was wounded and didn't know when he fell asleep.